Good day, ma'am. I'm Jimito Mila Ibanez. Today's video, I'm going to tackle about the carbon cycle. But before I start the report, I introduce first the contents of my report. The contents is definition of carbon cycle, types, diagram, step and process of carbon cycle, and importance of carbon cycle. What is carbon cycle? Carbon cycle is a series of processes by which carbon compounds are interconverted in the environment, involving the incorporation of carbon dioxide into living tissue by photosynthesis and its return to the atmosphere to respiration, the decay of dead organisms and the burning of fossil fuels. The movement of carbon between the Earth's biosphere, geosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. The basic building block that most autotrophs use to build multi-carbon, high-energy compounds such as glucose. What are the types of carbon cycle? First, carbon moves from the atmosphere to plants. Second, carbon moves from plants to animals. Third, carbon moves from plants and animals to soils. Fourth, carbon moves from living things to the atmosphere. Fifth, carbon moves from the fossil fuels to the atmosphere when fuels are born. And last, carbon moves from the atmosphere to the ocean. The diagram shown is all about the carbon cycle. Diagram elaborates the flow of carbon along the different paths. And now, we're talking about the step and the process of carbon cycle. Carbon moves from the atmosphere to plants. In the atmosphere, carbon is attached to oxygen in gas called carbon dioxide or CO2. Through the process of photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is pulled from the air to produce food made from carbon for plant growth. Carbon moves from plants to animals. Carbon present in the atmosphere is absorbed by plants for photosynthesis. These plants are then consumed by animals and carbon gets bioaccumulated into their bodies. These animals and plants eventually die, and upon decomposing, carbon is released back into the atmosphere. Some of the carbon that is not released back into the atmosphere eventually become fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are then used for man-made activities which pumps more carbon back into the atmosphere. Why carbon cycle is important? Carbon cycle is an important aspect of the survival of all life on Earth. Carbon provides insulation by trapping the sun's heat. From a biological perspective, carbon is the building block of life and forms stable bonds with other elements necessary for life. Carbon cycle is important in ecosystem because it moves carbon, a life-sustaining element, from the atmosphere and ocean into organism and back again to the atmosphere and ocean. Carbon cycle plays a key role in regulating Earth's global temperature and climate by controlling the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide is an important greenhouse gas because it helps Earth's atmosphere to retain heat generated from the sun. Carbon cycle is one of the most important cycles in biogeochemical cycles. And this is the end of my report. That's all. Thank you.